set up a sound blanket, you need 2 turtle base C-stands, 4 Mathilini clamps, 4 sandbags, and of course, a sound blanket. Firstly, make sure that you identify the most effective, practical and safe location to position your sound blanket. Next, we need to position the C-stands about 6 foot apart with the largest leg facing the tail end. Then add 2 sandbags to the bottom of each C-stand on the lowest locking nut, making sure that they are positioned off the floor and make sure that they are facing the outward leg. Then we position the C-stand's boom arm inwards and horizontally with the knuckle positioned to the right-hand side. Then just make sure all of your locking nuts are tight and everything is secure. Once that's done, roll out the sound blanket and place it between the 2 C-stands. And if you need to, reposition the C-stands so that they match the width of the sound blanket. After that, unscrew the 4 Mathilini clamps and then take the edge of the sound blanket and begin to mount it over the horizontal boom arms. I recommend that you start on the outward side of the boom arm, so the inner side of the sound blanket. I just find that a little bit easier. Wrap over a couple of inches over the top of the sound blanket and tighten with the Mathilini. Then move on to the edge of the sound blanket and do the same thing. And then move on to the other side of the sound blanket and the other C-stand. Starting on the inside of the sound blanket again with the Mathilini, and then finally the last Mathilini clamp on the edge. And then ideally with an assistant, whilst holding the knuckle, loosen the top height adjustment locking nut and adjust the height to suit. And then just make sure all of your screw threads are locked off and tight and everything's secure. And then to pack up, work in reverse. So you take the lowest height locking nut, unscrew that one and safely reduce down the height. Tighten that locking nut again. Take hold of the knuckle on the right hand side, unscrew the higher locking nut for the height, bring it back down and then lock back into place. Then we remove all 4 Mathilini clamps, starting with the outer edges, and then we work inwards, and then we can retighten those 4 clamps once they've been removed. Then we can fold up the sound blanket, lay it out flat in front of you, fold it in half, then fold in half again, and then fold it lengthways in half, and then finally into thirds. Hopefully that should fit in the bag perfectly. Next, we loosen the boom arms on the C-stands and return them to their original position, and then tighten off once that's done. And then finally we can remove the sandbags. And that's how to rig and de-rig a sound blanket.